Hello and welcome to our virtual campus tour. Right now we are getting started in the very center of Lynn Hall. So Lynn Hall is going to be home to all of our STEM related programs. So if you are thinking anything, science, technology, engineering, math, all of the health programs, all of that's going to be located right in this building here. So at some point during your Kirkwood experience, you should have a class in this building. Where we are at right now is the main lobby area. So this is kind of the atrium of Lynn Hall. So this has areas for food. So this is what we call our mini cafe. A lot of quick grab and go type items, as well as Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have some awesome hot meal options where you can get a full home cooked meal. So there's a lot of opportunities for grab and go stuff. So you will not be starving when you're here on campus, or if you just need a place to hang out, whether that's studying, meeting up with friends, this is kind of a cool hangout area on campus as well. Let's go ahead and check out some more of campus. As we head down this hallway, one of the very first offices that we are going to go past is our global learning area. So through the global learning area, a couple things to point out. It's really cool that we have students from all over the world on campus. So you will definitely get to meet some friends from all over the place, from different cultural backgrounds. Really cool to hear their story and their experience here as well. But another part of that is the study abroad opportunities. So we actually rank number 5 in the nation right now as far as the number of students who do a study abroad experience. So that will allow students a chance to earn credit, but you get to actually go and experience another culture. You get overseas, you get to see another country. So you get to actually travel with some of your peers, some Kirkwood staff or faculty members who go along with you. And then there's also additional scholarships for that too. So again, we're all about scholarships on campus, a lot of opportunities, and we help you be able to fund and afford to do those as well. Some other areas that we will pass as we walk around campus are going to be some of the different lounge areas, some of those spaces that students can just hang out as you have time in between classes. If you want to do some studying, you can connect with peers. The other cool part is around all of these lab spaces or these lounge areas, the professor offices are right there next to them as well. So you have easy access to your instructors, and you will get to know those instructors on a first name basis along the way. So the average class size at Kirkwood, for example, is 21. You don't have any large lecture halls. There's no classes of 100, 200 or more students. You're guaranteed small class sizes. You get to know not only your instructor, but also your classmates as well. So you really get that personalized experience and really feel part of the Kirkwood community right off the bat. As we continue down the hallway, these will be some of our typical classrooms that you would find. So again, with that average class size being 21, all the classrooms are pretty close by. And where you have classes on campus is really focused around one area of campus. So you are never going from one side of campus all the way to the other just for class. You're really focused around that one area. Other things that go along with your classes, there are opportunities to get involved. Some of the areas we're going past now, for example, the communique, this is Kirkwood student newspaper. So this is completely done by our current students. So this gives you the opportunity if you wanted to be writing the stories, if you're more on the editing side, if you want to interview students, you can get actively involved on campus that way. There's also clubs through all the different majors. So like Kirkwood Student Productions, they kind of go right along with the communique. And that's kind of this area of campus. This is the communications media, it's digital media. So if you want to do anything, whether that's print or video, right up here, we actually have a broadcasting studio. So a very cool area for students to get that hands-on experience, the hands-on learning, get in front of the camera, behind the camera, whatever it may be, you have a lot of opportunities. But then that takes us right down to the end of Lynn Hall. So we will be popping out right into the very center of campus and kind of getting to more of the liberal arts side of things. So right now we're kind of walking right out into the very center of campus. As you'll see, I mean, it's kind of a cool hangout area. So on nicer days, you'll see students hanging out right outside. As we head up the very center of campus here, you're going to see some construction going on in Iowa Hall. So Iowa Hall is one of our main buildings on campus. It's kind of one of the main hangout areas for students. And the exciting part is it's being completely renovated. So we are going to have a brand new student center. So in that space, it's going to be a brand new cafeteria. That's where all of your resources are going to be. So whether that's from the admission side of things, academic resources, counseling, career services, global learning, all of that's going to be in this building. A lot cooler hangout areas, coffee shops, that's going to be the place to be. So this is a 5-semester project. So we do have, with everything, a little bit of growing pains as we go, but it's going to be completely worth it when it's all done. That's going to be an awesome building. This will be another area that you will not find a student center like this at a community college campus, likely in the US. Like, it's gonna be very cool when it's done. As we get up here, we are getting up into Kirkwood Hall. So Kirkwood Hall is gonna be kind of your one-stop shop for a lot of resources you need, whether that's from the advising side of things, whether that's paying for college, or if that's just saying, stopping in to say hi to the Kirkwood president. All happens right here in Kirkwood Hall. The main area that students are going to need in this building in Kirkwood Hall is going to be on the second floor. So on the second floor, this is what we call the one-stop office. So we are going to be able to peek inside and kind of see what all goes on and what services are offered in here as well. So right in here is the one-stop office. So primarily in here with one-stop, as you can see, it's financial aid, it's enrollment services. So really anything to do with paying for college, sending transcripts to or from Kirkwood, all of that happens in here. During construction right now, we also have all of our transfer advisors. So all of our academic advisors are in this area as well. So as students are trying to figure out what class do I take before I transfer, here's where you go to find your main advisors. So they'll all be in here. You'll be assigned an advisor. So you'll know exactly who to come in and talk to. So if you ever have questions at all, this is a good place to stop, and they'll be able to help you with a lot of different things. But that'll be the main thing you use in here: money, classes, transcripts, all of that's right here. All right, so as we head back out of Kirkwood Hall, we're right back here next to, again, Iowa Hall, where all of the main construction's going on. The bright side as you're coming out of Kirkwood Hall is everything is going downhill. So we no longer have to go climbing hills at all. Like I said, it is pretty easy to get around campus, but personally, I'm gonna like the downhill slide. All right, so we're coming right up on the library here. So this is the main area that you're gonna see in Benton Hall is where we are. So there's a couple different sides of Benton Hall. This side is mainly library. Next stop is gonna be bookstore and admissions, but come on in and check out the library. All right, so right now we're inside the library. Again, this is a place that I sure hope that you use at some point during your Kirkwood experience. But a few things to note in here. First off, all these services are free for students. So with your Eagle card, which you'll get during orientation, that's your student ID card, that will get you everything you need in the library. As long as the library is open, which it is open 7 days a week. So even on the weekends, yes, you can come in and use the library services. But as long as the library is open, we do have reference librarians on hand, and they're here to help you. So whether that's looking for research, or maybe you need to type up a paper in a certain format, APA, MLA, they can help you with those kind of things. And then we would have all the resources you need in here. So there's a few different stations in here with computers. So if you didn't want to carry around your own laptop, you would not have to. But if you did carry around your own laptop, it is free Wi-Fi campus-wide. You can also check out a laptop in the library too. So at the circulation desk, you can also essentially rent a laptop for the day. So that way, again, you would not have to use your own laptop, but you can section yourself off and do your own work if it works better for you to be kind of away from everybody else, away from the any distractions that you may have. So also in the library, there's different kind of comfy lounge spaces. So that's with the couches, the comfy chairs. There's different tables, there's cubicle type areas. On the second floor, that's where a majority of the shelves of books are gonna be. It's also a group study room. So if you have a group project, you can go in there, close the door, talk all you want with your group. All of your resources are right around you. And then if you ever wanted any materials that we may not have in our own library, we can always do an interlibrary loan, get those sent to you as well. So a lot of opportunities in the library. Again, please spend some time in here. But otherwise, again, everything is free for students to use in this area. All right, so with that, we'll backtrack right out of the library here. So again, you can get most places by going indoors, but you will find a few shortcuts if you're willing to go outside. And it's always sunny at Kirkwood, as you can see, so naturally it's not too bad to go outside. So this is a shortcut over towards the bookstore, as well as the admissions office. So it's right where my office is at as well. So we will head right inside and check those areas out too. All right, so right now we're on the first floor of Benton Hall. So one of the first places to point out is actually where my office is at, right in the admissions and student life office. So in this area, essentially we are gonna help you with every step that you need to becoming a student at Kirkwood. So this would start from your initial visit to campus, or as like today, virtual visit. But from there, the application process, making sure you have every step completed from placement exams, program conference, scholarships, kind of all the above. We make sure you cross all those T's, dot all those I's along the way. It's also a student life and housing office. So this is where, again, we have a very close connection with the housing complexes right next to campus. So we will be able to help you get that all situated and help find roommates. And then from the student life side, have some fun. We're gonna make sure you have some fun on campus too. So this is where all of those clubs originate, as well as all of those student life events originate right out of our office here. So stop by anytime. If you have questions, if you just are curious what there is to do for fun, how do you get involved? How do you get the most out of your experience? That's what we're here for. We want to help you throughout that whole process. Now, right across the hall, once you become a student, or even before, you can be using this resource. So this is going to be a combination. It is our bookstore as well as Eagle Tech. So as you come in on the right-hand side, this is Eagle Tech. This is an Apple authorized store. So this is one of only 3 Apple authorized stores on a college campus in Iowa. So this is a very cool resource for students to use. If you are looking to purchase any technology, there are different discounts and sales throughout the year. So this is at an education discount. It's also tax-free. So you should be able to save some money by going through here. And we also have the certified technicians right on hand. So if you have any issues with your laptop, whether or not you purchase from here, those certified technicians can help you out along the way too. So if you are looking for any technology needs, please at least consider Eagle Tech. You can check it out online. You can stop in whenever you're here on campus, but there's a lot of resources in here for you too. And they are experts. They're very knowledgeable on all the technology side of things for you. So that's one aspect of this area. The other aspect is the bookstore. So with the bookstore, the first floor is some of the merchandise and apparel. But as you go up to the second floor, that's where all the shelves of books are at, school supplies, and then any Kirkwood merchandise or apparel that you can imagine. That's all on the second floor. So whatever you need is right in here. You can use financial aid and scholarship funds in here too. So if you're wondering how you're going to pay for any of this stuff, you can use those funds. Those are all right in your student account, so you can use that right away. Or if you're using credit card, debit card, or cash, you can pay for it just like any other store as well. But if you ever have questions, stop on in, check for discounts. They have discounts going on all the time. So see what deals you can get in this area. But with that, let's continue on over to Cedar Hall. So right now we're on the very back side of Benton Hall. So a few things to point out kind of in this area. One of those on the right-hand side, again, this is continuation of the library. But to the very left side, the next building we're going to see is Johnson Hall. This is the main gymnasium. This is where the basketball games and volleyball games are held. It's also going to be where we'll do some student life events. So when we bring a hypnotist to campus, for example, we have about 1,000 students show up for that. So we're going to do that right in Johnson Hall as well. Just past that, you'll see the baseball and softball diamond. Those were renovated, so completely tore up, new irrigation and everything. So phenomenal athletic facilities. So all of that's going to be top-notch on campus too, to go along with those national championship athletic programs that we have. So another area to point out, we'll be walking into Cedar Hall, but straight ahead of us is the housing. So as we talk housing throughout the day, this would show you kind of that walk that you have. So all the housing, again, it is right next to campus. It is walking distance to your classes. So depending on where you live, I would say you're anywhere from a 5 to a 12-minute walk from your apartment door to your class door. So a lot of opportunities. Otherwise, all the parking you see around campus, it is all free general parking. You do not have to purchase a parking pass. All that's going to be included right in your tuition as well. So with that, we're going to pop right into Cedar Hall. So we're heading into the first floor of Cedar Hall now. So right now we're on the first floor of Cedar Hall. And one of the first areas that we're going to see is the social sciences office. So if any student is thinking that they want to do an education major, so whether that is early childhood, elementary ed, secondary ed, or if you're thinking criminal justice or psychology, sociology, human services, all of those programs are housed right out of this building here. This is another building that most students will have at least one class, if not more, throughout their entire time at Kirkwood, as this would also be some of those more general courses, the liberal arts core set of classes, those history, the cultures, the foreign language, all of that is also in this building as well. So with that, you should be in this building at some point in time throughout your Kirkwood career. If nothing else, on the second floor, we'll see some other areas that you will hopefully utilize along the way. As we get to the second floor of Cedar Hall, a few areas to point out. One is just simply a lounge space for students to hang out. So again, as you have time in between classes, there's plenty of spaces on campus to hang out, meet up with friends, do homework, do some studying, whatever it may be, there's going to be a spot for you on campus to do that. One of the main resources to point out, though, on the academic side of things is going to be tutoring services. Within tutoring services, Kirkwood does offer free tutoring on campus. So students actually get a total of 4 hours of free one-on-one tutoring every week. So that is completely up to you. You have 2 hours for 2 different classes. Completely up to you which classes that you use that for. So that could be the same classes every single week. Maybe you switch it up week to week depending on what's going on, at that time of the semester. If you ever need more than that, stop in. The friendly staff here will be more than happy to help you out along the way. There's also group tutoring sessions. They do walk-in tutoring, so even if you don't have an appointment, you still have plenty of opportunities for the tutoring on campus as well. So this would be one of the academic resources. Another couple areas to point out right around the corner is actually our career services and our counseling center. So through career services, they would do a lot with mock interviews. It could be resume writing. So if you are looking for a job, that's a place to go that can help you get prepared. From counseling, that could be career counseling, that could be personal counseling. This is also where we have K-PACE, Project Start, our food pantry on campus. There's a lot of additional resources that kind of go hand in hand with the academic side, but we want to make sure you're mentally ready for college as well, and we can help you along the way and get you set up with the right person on campus too. So to continue more of the learning services, the academic side of things, we're going to continue down the hallway this way. And the next office that we're going to see is actually the Learning Services office. So Learning Services, they will essentially help with any accommodation that a student may need to be successful in the classroom. That's what this office is for. So if a student, for example, has an IEP or a 504 plan in high school, that can transition into Kirkwood as well. So we would assign students a case manager, and that's somebody to make sure that the student is getting the appropriate accommodations that they would need along the way. So again, the academic side is extremely important to us here at Kirkwood, and we're going to do everything within our power to help students succeed, whether that is in the classroom or outside of the classroom. So that's what all of these areas are for. And our dedicated staff and faculty, that's going to be top priority for them, is making sure that students are successful on campus. The other area kind of going hand in hand, as we get over here, one office you're going to see is the testing center. So this could be, again, if that's an accommodation, maybe you need longer time on a test, or you need to have your test sent down here so you don't have to do it in the constraints of a normal class period. You can do all of that right in the test center. It's also going to be for students who need to take the placement exam. So maybe you need to take the AccuPlacer, which is going to test you in reading and writing, or you're taking the ALEX test for your math placement. That can all be done in here too. And if you do those tests on campus, completely free. So you don't have to worry about paying for those additional placement exams. You can do those for free right on campus as well. Other academic resources, as you see right behind me here, is TRIO and Student Support Services. So again, these are amazing resources for students, but it's for a lot of those students who may appear to be more at risk. But we're going to, again, provide all of the different supports and help that you need along the way. So if you ever have any questions, or if you're just worried about anything, just ask. We're going to be here to help you guys out. So with that, we're going to make our way across to our final building on our tour. We're going to be heading up towards Neilson Hall. So follow me. All right, so this is another area that, again, if you did not want to go outside, you would not have to. But again, on a beautiful day like this, you kind of have to go outside. But a few things to point out. Again, as you're looking through parking lots or anything like that, all of this is free parking. So again, you do not need a parking pass. We do not have any separate staff or faculty lots. Students, you have just as much access to the parking as we do. So we will battle it out together for the parking spots. But you can also see the housing complexes. Again, the housing complexes are so close to campus. You can see some of the architecture, some of the artwork on campus. Very cool places as you're going through. One of the buildings, our 3D art building, we're kind of walking past that as we go. So that would be your ceramics classes, your sculpting, and one that's unique to Kirkwood is going to be glass blowing. So it's pretty cool too. So there's a lot of different unique aspects to our programs on campus as well. Another area that we're going to be going past is the part of Cedar Hall that houses all of our fine and performing arts. So this could be if you are into theater, if you're into music, whether that's vocal or instrumental. Again, you can get involved in all of those productions on campus. You can get scholarships for those, so you're making money on top of that. And you can do that even if you are not a music or theater major. So regardless of what your major is, you can get involved in the different productions on campus. So whether that is the play, the musical, whether that's some of the larger groups, group choir, group band, jazz choir, some of the smaller ensembles, a lot of different opportunities to get involved from the music side of things. And the instructors there are top-notch too. So it's a lot of fun to get involved in those. And all those events and all those productions, they are free to go to as a student as well. So that would be another area that with your Eagle card, you get in free for all those as well. Now with that, we are walking into Neilson Hall. And in Neilson Hall, this is going to be any business or computer related course and anything 2D art. So if you're doing painting, drawing, sketching, photography, all that's going to be right in this building as well. But on the first floor, this is going to be an area that hopefully all students will use along the way. This will be the main computer lab on campus. All right, and right here we're coming into the first floor of Neilson Hall. One of the main areas to point out here is the Allsop Computer Lab. So this will be your main computer lab on campus. So students, as you are looking for, again, a place if it's to study or to type a paper, if you need any of those resources, that's all right here inside the Allsop lab. This is also home to the student help desk. So again, if you have any issues with logging into your student accounts, that could be email or MyHub, stop right in here and these students can help you out with all of that and kind of navigating your way around. And as you are here for orientation, this is also where you're going to get your Eagle card. So again, that is your student ID card. That's what gets you into some of these different lab spaces. So that's what gets you into the computer labs, the library, the rec center. All of that is with your student ID card. All of those student life events, everything is run off that Eagle card. That's all right in this office as well. So this is a resource that I sure hope that you will use on campus at some point throughout your experience here. Again, we were able to see some of the key spots on campus while you guys were with us today, but some of the areas that we did not get a chance to see, hopefully you'll do some clicking around, check those out on the website too. One area would be the rec center, so you get to see some of the pictures and videos of a newly renovated rec center, awesome area for students. The housing options, check out the housing page, so kirkwood.edu/housing. That will be floor plans and pictures and videos and all of that on the housing side of things. So with that, we appreciate being with us for the virtual tour today. We hope to see you on campus physically here in the near future.